When did humans first wear clothes? Picture this. A freezing child grabs a fresh animal hide and pulls it over her shoulders. The wind stops biting. That simple move may have helped your ancestors survive long enough for you to exist, but the first clothes rotted away, leaving no shirt, button, or label. So scientists followed 3 strange clues. The last one is still alive on humans today, and it points to a time and place nobody expected. Here's the first trap. The oldest clothing ever found is not the first clothing ever worn. Fur vanishes, plant fibers rot, leather disappears. Stone tools can survive for hundreds of thousands of years, but a soft hide usually leaves nothing. So archaeologists are investigating a missing object. Clue number 1 is the empty space itself. If clothes existed, we should find the tools and behaviors around them, even when the clothes are gone. And that creates a wild possibility. Humans may have dressed for tens of thousands of years before anyone made a needle. Forget the neat cave person tunic from movies. The first outfit may have been a hide thrown over the shoulders, tied with a strip of skin, or wrapped around the waist. No runway, no zipper, maybe not even a stitch. But loose hides had one major weakness, and solving it changed where humans could live. A draped skin blocks wind, but every step lets cold air rush inside. Fitted clothing traps warm air close to your body. Sleeves, leggings, and closed seams make a huge difference when temperatures fall. That's the first big payoff. Clothing wasn't just decoration, it became portable shelter. If that idea is already clicking for you, drop a like. It genuinely helps this reach more curious minds. But warmth alone cannot reveal when everything changed. You probably picture clothing beginning in snowy Europe. The evidence points somewhere more surprising: Africa. In a cave on Morocco's Atlantic coast, researchers found dozens of shaped bone tools dating from roughly 120,000 to 90,000 years ago. Their wear marks match work on leather and fur. Nearby animal bones showed signs of careful skinning. Someone wasn't only taking meat, they were saving and processing the skin. That's clue number 2, and it changes the entire map. Now, those hides could have become blankets, bags, or pieces of shelter. Archaeology rarely gives us a receipt saying, "1 jacket, paid in full." So the tools don't prove exactly what people wore, but they reveal something important. Early humans had a practiced system for turning animal skin into useful material. This was skill, not panic. Scrape it, soften it, preserve it, shape it. Once a group mastered that process, clothing could be produced again and again. But here's the question most explanations skip. Why wear clothes in Africa at all? Africa isn't one giant hot afternoon. Nights can turn cold. Climate shifts can make familiar places colder, drier, and harsher. A covering could block wind, sun, insects, thorns, and sharp stone. It could protect a wound or help a child stay warm. Clothes didn't need to solve only one problem. Their real power was that they solved several problems at once. And no, embarrassment probably wasn't the opening scene. People didn't suddenly look down and invent pants. Modesty is shaped by culture, and different societies draw the line in different places. Practical covering likely came first. Then the human mind did what it always does. It added meaning. This skin belongs to a hunter. That color marks our group. This decoration shows status. Protection slowly became identity. But the strangest dating method doesn't involve tools at all. Before that clue, try a quick thought experiment. You own 2 coats. One keeps you warmer. The other makes you feel more like yourself. Which one do you grab when both will work? Tell me in the comments, warmth or style? That tiny choice shows what clothing eventually became. It doesn't only control temperature, it controls how other people read you and how you read yourself. Yet early clothing needed reliability before self-expression could take over. Reliable clothing requires planning. You must remove a hide without destroying it, clean it before it decays, soften it, and fasten it to a moving body. Later, awls could punch holes. Thread or animal sinew could join pieces. Eyed needles made small, controlled stitches easier, especially for fitted garments and decoration. But those needles appeared much later than the first likely clothing. If we dated clothes by sewing kits alone, we'd miss an enormous hidden chapter. Now for clue number 3. It's tiny, itchy, and honestly disgusting. Body lice. Head lice live near your scalp. Body lice live and lay eggs in clothing, moving to your skin to feed. Without regularly worn garments, that new home doesn't exist. So researchers compared the DNA of head lice and body lice, asking when their family lines separated. In other words, parasites became a biological clock for one of humanity's most important inventions. The estimate landed between roughly 83,000 and 170,000 years ago. That doesn't mean someone invented the world's first coat on a Tuesday 170,000 years ago. Evolution doesn't print receipts. It means clothing was worn often enough, for long enough, to create a stable new home for lice. Occasional hides may be older, but regular clothing, the kind people kept wearing and carrying, was likely established somewhere within that enormous window. But the lice reveal more than a date. They expose a threshold. A blanket used for one cold night isn't a wardrobe. A hide worn again and again is. Once clothing became a habit, humans carried a controlled climate around their bodies. That could make new seasons, higher ground, and eventually colder regions easier to survive. Fire warms one place. Clothing moves with you. It's shelter that can hunt, climb, travel, and run. And here's the twist. The invention that helped humans escape the climate also locked them into a new relationship with it. Groups could move into places where living without clothes became dangerous. The inventions stopped being optional. Then culture piled on top. Patterns, beads, colors, roles, and rules. Clothes began telling strangers who you were before you said a word. A survival tool had transformed into a social language that still controls first impressions today. So when did the first human get dressed? The honest answer is that nobody can name the exact moment. Soft materials erased the opening scene. But the clues converge. Humans were expertly working hides in Africa by around 120,000 years ago. Lice genetics suggests regular clothing began roughly 83,000 to 170,000 years ago, possibly before major journeys into colder lands. And simple, occasional coverings may be older still. The first outfit probably wasn't fashion. It was a tool. Now return to that child pulling a hide around her shoulders. She did more than block the wind. She stepped into a portable shelter, a new habitat, and eventually a new identity. The strangest witness wasn't a preserved shirt. It was a louse hiding in a seam. If this changed how you see an ordinary part of your day, subscribe. Then watch the next video about why humans lost their body hair, because that mystery may explain why clothing became necessary.